This video is brought to you by sellcashier.com. Sellcashier compares iPhone prices online and then gives you a quick quote and the most cash for your iPhone. Check out the link in the description below for more information.
Hey, what's up everyone? How's it going? This is Waj, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 10 reasons of why I think the iPhone 6 is still better than the Samsung Galaxy S6. I've been using both phones for quite a while now, and I'm here to share my thoughts on why I think the iPhone is still better. So if you're interested in getting the iPhone 6 over the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge, I'll discuss my top 10 reasons of why that might be a good idea. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that the iPhone has a smaller footprint. It's a more compact smartphone. And these days with phablet devices and the average screen size of being over 5 inches, it's still nice to see that we have a powerful yet compact smartphone that is slightly lighter than what we find on the Samsung Galaxy S6 as well. Moving forward, both of these smartphones have fingerprint scanners, which is nice to see. They're both equally as fast, but we have a larger surface area for scanning your thumb or your finger on the iPhone versus the button on the Samsung is quite a bit smaller, and you get more misreads and errors compared to the iPhone, which is certainly more consistent because it has that larger surface area on the scanner itself. Furthermore, even though the new Samsung is an extremely fast phone, and certainly in terms of its multi-core capabilities, because it has 8 cores compared to the iPhone's 2 cores, it's going to be faster in terms of applications that utilize multi-threaded processing. But a lot of apps are still using single-core processing, and this is where the iPhone still shines. In most circumstances, you're going to get faster single-threaded application speeds on the iPhone, as you can see from our Geekbench results. Furthermore, since Apple is in control of the hardware and the software, you're going to get a more harmonious experience where you know the software will work perfectly with the hardware at all times, and it's going to be fully optimized. Additionally, in terms of the web browsing speeds, in most cases they're quite similar, but in terms of the JavaScript performance, based on our benchmarks, we did find that the iPhone was faster than the Samsung Galaxy S6. Now, in terms of display, believe it or not, the iPhone 6 still has one advantage over the GS6, and that's regarding brightness. And especially when you're using it in brightly lit, sunlit conditions, the luminosity on the iPhone is still brighter. Based on our independent light meter test, we still found that the iPhone was slightly brighter in controlled circumstances, but when you're in outdoor condition, because it has that front polarizing layer on top of the glass, it's going to reduce a lot of glare and reflections that you get from bright light sources, versus the Samsung definitely doesn't do a good job of eliminating those kind of issues. So the iPhone is still going to give you a brighter experience, especially when you're outdoor in the bright sunlight. Additionally, we also have faster autofocusing performance on the iPhone because it's using phase detection technology. And when you're shooting in high burst mode, you can shoot up to 10 frames in an instant and select the best one so you can capture the perfect moment. Versus the Samsung is still not as fast when it comes to the burst mode and its autofocusing capabilities. Now, in terms of the cameras, we've done a lot of different tests on the cameras between these two. Definitely check out our main comparison if you haven't already. But one of the things that I noticed straight off the bat is that even though we have optical stabilization system and a pretty good low light performance on the GS6, it still is not up there of what the iPhone can do. In most circumstances, the iPhone is still delivering better looking images in really extremely dimly lit situations. You're getting less overall noise, and the sharpness is slightly better on the iPhone, especially in those dark circumstances. Another great thing about the camera is when it comes to the slow motion capabilities, there's still nothing out there that really competes against the iPhone. It has 240 frames per second, which is definitely going to deliver fantastic looking slow motion shots, and is about twice as better as the 120 frames per second that we get on the GS6. Moreover, I'm still a big fan of the lightning cable we have on the iPhone. It's very easy to use, it's reversible, and certainly a little bit more durable than the micro USB connection that we have on the Samsung. We really should have had USB Type-C compatibility on the Samsung, but sadly that's not the case. We'll probably get that in the next iteration of the phone. Now, another great thing I like about the iPhone 6 is its integration with macOS 10 Yosemite, since you can now do the remote calling features. So basically you can take and receive phone calls using your Mac, which is certainly handy and a feature that I use quite a bit these days. Now, I understand if you download different third-party applications, you can get remote calling features both for Windows and macOS 10, but it's nice to have that feature built inside the iPhone and macOS 10. That makes a very cohesive experience that is very intuitive to use. Now, last but not least, perhaps not a cut and dry advantage that the iPhone has over the Samsung, but I think this time around, Samsung has really copied Apple's playbook. They've really engineered the phone to be very specifically similar to the iPhone products. If you look at the bottom of these two smartphones, they're pretty much uncanny in terms of how similar they are. And there's some controversy going around whether Samsung really did copy the iPhone, and perhaps there might be a lawsuit in the future. In most cases, it really doesn't matter, but it really shows that Samsung, in order to do their best, they kind of have to copy Apple. Now, I do understand that the Samsung has a whole bunch of advantages. I'm personally an Android user, but that being said, I still think that the iPhone 6 is still top of the hill when it comes to delivering a very cohesive and harmonious user experience for a mass audience. Now, definitely let me know what you guys think. Now, at this point, we've made a lot of different videos talking about these two smartphones, so you have no shortage of content. Definitely check out the channel if you haven't already. And also check out the counter argument of this video where I talk about some of the features that the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge has over the iPhone 6. But other than that, guys, that's really it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you later. Take care.
Now, just one last thing, guys. I get a lot of people asking me on what they should do with their older smartphones. Should they put it on eBay, Craigslist? But to avoid all that hassle, there's actually a really cool service called Cashier. And if you go to sellcashier.com, these guys will actually buy your existing iPhone from all the major US carriers. They currently operate in the United States, but it's really simple to get a quote. You just select what carrier you're using, the specific model of your iPhone, and the overall condition. They'll even send you a free prepaid label and a box for free, which is quite fantastic and much better than selling it on eBay or meeting a stranger in a dark alley through Craigslist. And lastly, Cashier prides themselves on giving you the absolute most for your iPhone. Compared to many of the other services that buy your iPhone, you're pretty much guaranteed that Cashier will give you the best deal for your existing iPhone. So definitely go check them out. I think they definitely provide a useful and hassle-free service that you'll be pretty happy with.